All right, folks. Sorry for the delay here, but we are back with our next time-lapsed episode. So I think we are just getting ready to head off to Nar Shaddaa, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so we were on the Evenhawk, pick out Nar Shaddaa, and away we go. They're talking about being on the smuggler moon, how we're going to have to be careful, and how it's a rough place if you get lost. And so I think Atten's been here before, so we ask him a little bit about that. Use our awareness skill there. And then I basically say, yeah, I don't really care too much else. So he says, all right, I've plotted a course for the refugee sector. So that's where we land right here. And then turns out there's a meeting here of all these bounty hunters that have been after us. And they know we're on the smuggler's moon now, so he wants to send them after us. This guy's name is Gatto. And he says that he wants us to capture us alive, so they can track us down, but they can't harm us. Is basically the gist of it, and everybody is not too happy about that. So they see we're not to harm the beautiful Jedi while she walks on Nar Shaddaa. But we are, however, permitted to defend ourselves. So they're thinking about maybe trying to trick us into attacking them first or something like that. So we hop off the ship, and I ask him if it's okay that we landed here, and he says, nobody really cares. We're all good. And they suggest changing the Evenhawk's ID signature. And then we got this guy who comes over here and yells at us about landing, and then I basically force persuade him to let us land there. And then he says, well, there's more people coming in though, so even if you could stay here, I wouldn't really be able to let you. They'd just crush your ship. And I say, well, screw you, I'm leaving it here anyway. And he just disappears. I don't know why I have Baldor. So I go back on the ship to change the party there and get this random cutscene. And turns out we have this person. They somehow got on the ship, which I was very surprised at. I was like, how the hell did they get on there? Anyway, we fight them. Apparently, I don't know why T3 is there. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or a bug. But yeah, we apparently destroyed her lightsaber somehow. And then she ends up swearing her loyalty to us. So we get a new minion. That you might remember recognizing this person as the girl that was on that really busted up ship with the guy with the mask who sent her to go spy on us. So really, it's not too clear whether or not she's really means it when she says that she's gonna swear her life to us. But yeah, as I don't know if you noticed it back there, it was on the screen pretty quick, but in the little dialogue box it popped up, it says influence gain Visas, so that's her name, Visas. So now we're seeing if Kreia has anything to say about it. Yeah, she's specifically just said, yeah, her presence here is no threat to us, so it'll probably be good. And yeah, then I'm just saying, well, maybe since she's here, she will eventually lead us back to our old master. And we were talking about some of the Mandalorian wars now, Force-sensitive stuff, and how that they want to wipe certain sectors of the galaxy from Force-sensitive life mines. And then we're still talking about Visas. And now Kreia is helping us rediscover some of our sensitivity to the Force, telling us to reach out with our mind and sense the different parts of the ship. So there we are looking at Visas, like we just looked at T3 and we looked at the hyperdrive before. So we're just, we just heard Visas' thoughts. So we're slowly getting more attuned to the Force again. And then, so we gained one awareness, and some influence with Kreia, and I don't know, something else. And then she basically tells us to go fuck off, which we do so. And yeah, then we leave. Because I accidentally took Baldor. I wanted to take Kreia, but ended up taking Baldor. So let's see. I think I take Atten and Kreia, except this time I decide I want to take Kreia and the new person just to see what they've got cooking. So they're pretty dark-sided, as you would expect. They got some force powers. They're a Jedi Sentinel. They use two-handed weapons. So I think I had a double-bladed sword that I equipped to her. Yeah, I'm just basically equipping some gear to her right now. And then we go level her up. So I just go with all the class skills as always. Give her toughness. That's always that's basically my go-to feat for most anybody. And as far as powers go, I think I give her drain life. I'm not really sure what all I give her anymore, because there's just so much overlap at this point. It's like everybody knows everything, and it's just yeah. The powers really end up starting to feel just useless. Well, to me anyway. Other than like a select few. As it's like I don't know. Anyway, so we finish kitting her out. And then I ultimately decide to just use Atten though. So you got a group of thugs up here trying to beat up on this guy. I think they're trying to get money from him for something. And I basically just decide to kill them because that's what I do. Yeah, and I think now I'm trying to get money off of him, and then he ends up telling us about the exchange. And yeah, how they're clamping down on the refugee sector and how nobody likes them. And basically tell him to shut up and get out of here, and I get some dark side points. So yay. Kreia is still neutral, as always. Atten's getting pretty dark-sided, though, which is always nice. This guy's asking for credits, and I tell him to fuck off. I'm not a charity operation here. And then Kreia is cautioning us against all of these, I don't know, I forget the word she used, useless acts of anger or something. She's talking about how suffering and anger and hatred, and I'm just like, whatever, give me dark side points, that's what I want. This guy wants credits as well, so I tell him I don't have anything, so I'm not giving him money. We got some loot here. We got this droid here, he's a maintenance assistant, apparently the 32nd model to this other guy. And this guy is apparently also practically blind. And I see darkness falling upon his age, or his eyes because of his age. So he says it's the finest vehicle repair shop there is, and we ask him if he can change the transponder codes, and he says he could, but it's not legal. But he also needs some blank transponder cards, and then if we bring him that, we'll be good. Let's see. Oh yes, and then the droid says that his predecessor, the 31st model, wasn't destroyed by the other one, but it wandered off and somebody took it. But it has some plans, some schematics for, I think, a shield that Master Tien was working on. And so they want us to go get the old droid back so we can get the schematics back from it. And I basically say, yeah, I'll do it, but only if you pay me some cash. And so this guy called Coden has like a shop or something that has the droid. So we get Atten to unlock that. Then we go out here, out into the quad. And there it is right there, IT-31. That's what we want. But we're going to call it an episode here, as that is the end of the recording. So that's our first foray onto Nar Shaddaa. And then in the next one, when we come back, we're gonna talk to the scrap vendor and get that droid from him, and basically keep exploring the area. So thank you for watching, and again, sorry for the delay. It's a lack of time plus extra processing and effort required for these time-lapse videos that contributes to it. But we will see you in the next one when we come back with more Knights of the Old Republic 2.